Yeah, welcome back to African Colonization TV. I'm Biafran History. In this channel, we are here to dig deep and also to reveal to you the truths and the only truths, the true identity of people of Igbo and the Biafran things happening and Nigerian things happening. And today we go deep into the issues surrounding the Ndoki people in River State. So now they have now come out, start saying they are not Ijo, that they are Igbo. In fact, in this video, this man re-exposed and explained a lot of things that I would like everybody to watch and see and listen by yourself. And also the identity, or this identity crisis that has been in the South and then Southwest, mostly the people from Benin and the people from the Delta states. So some of them and the Ijos, you know, sometime whenever they come up, they will be telling you they are from Benin, they are from this, they are from that. But if you go deep, you will see that their DNA and the other things all is from the Igbo. But because of politics, because of Nigerian system and the way they think, so they want to blindfold everybody and they want to claim that nobody is from Igbo. But no matter how they claim, the finger and the hand is still pointing at somewhere, telling you that look at the place you're coming from. But because of politics, because of bribery and corruption, they want to collect money and they want to do away from their identity or from the place they are coming from. Then some people will be claiming that they are not Igbo, they are Igbo. So this man from Ndoki, himself is from Ndoki, he explained things, and also the Ijo people and the Asari Dokubo. Many people explain what concerning the River State and where is Igbo and place that is not Igbo, so that in case of those who will come out and start claiming that this is Igbo or this is not Igbo, then you can clear him through this video and through this our exposure, because we keep exposing things happening and the things going on in Biafra land. So as you're about to watch, like, subscribe and share it. Let everyone see things going on in Biafra land.
My name is Okiri Azwiki. I am a native of Azog Ndoki. Azog Ndoki is a community in Igbo local government area of River State, south of the Imo River. Well, recently there has been a lot of controversies going on as to who the Ndokis are, who are they. I've also seen that this controversy is stemming from some group of aliens in our land who has come to associate us with a strange tribe called Ijo. And to some of us who are aborigines of Ndoki, we usually laugh over it and we have been seeing it as a joke. But then the thing is gaining momentum as the day passes by. Ordinarily before now, we've been seeing it as a political grouping, you know. But from what we are seeing now, if we didn't if we refuse to speak up, it might affect our identity. The Ndokis are true sons of Igbo land.
The third son of Eri is the third son of Eri.
Okay.
From Aguleri in ancient Idueri kingdom. His name is Oba. And from the history over there says that Oba gave birth to Edozuno, and that Edozuno gave birth to Bini and Onitsha. And Bini and Onitsha moved down to Bini where they settled and now moved to Ife, and they were living there before the Ilesha, the Oduduwa people, come together, which they were now living together in the rain tropical forest there, according to this Oni of Ife. So that was where they were observing that culture. So now that they were observing that culture, and at the end of the day, today, some of us now say we are from Oduduwa, while some say no, we are from the east. I don't know if you are getting it. So that picture is what I want us to clear. And that is why I bring up this question here in Erewa, being the senior of Isoko. Because when we go to the north, they fight us as they are killing Igbos. They are killing.
Yes, to me, I will tell you that the Igbos, the core Igbos and other Igbo-speaking areas around the southeast, we are all from the same descendants. That is, if you ask me, that's what I will tell you. But it's just that people are yet to get the proper connections very clear. The other time we were told that the third son of Eri, that's of which we are, the descendants of Igbos come from Eri. The third son is Oba. And Oba bear a child, a son called Edozuno. That Edozuno had two sons again, Bini and Onitsha. You see, this is one of the ideas that we are, told recently about this. I've not heard it before, but recently I heard it and I showed it up here on this channel. So it will just take some little time. We will get these things very clear. I would bet you and I will tell you that, you see, these small ethnic groups, around southeast and the rest, we are all the same. We all came from the same descendants. With the pace now we are using now to find out the truth, very soon everything will become clear. The dots will be clearly connected, I bet you. But meanwhile, the Ndoki people, they are saying that they are Igbos, of which we know that they are Igbos, but some people are trying to drag them. The Ijaw people drag them into what they don't know. And I told you that, you see, the Jaws, the Soko, all these people around, we are all from the same descendants. That one, just, if that's the only thing we can take home today, let's take it home. Ndoki is pure Igbo. They speak Igbo, they do everything Igbo, but let's hear from this our young man what he has to tell us about that.
My name is Okiri Azwiki. I am a native of Azog Ndoki. Azog Ndoki is a community in Igbo local government area of River State, south of the Imo River. Well, recently there has been a lot of controversies going on as to who the Ndokis are, who are they? And we've also seen that this controversy is stemming from some group of aliens in our land who has come to associate us with a strange tribe called Igbo. And to some of us who are aborigines of Ndoki, we usually laugh over it and we have been seeing it as a joke. But then the thing is gaining momentum as the day passes by. Ordinarily before now, we've been seeing it as a political grouping, But from what we are seeing now, if we didn't if we refuse to speak up, it might affect our identity. The Ndokis are true sons of Igbo land. Our origin and our identity cannot be fabricated, because your name, your language defines your identity. I just want to clear some issues as regards to our relationship with the Bonis and the Popos of River State, who we usually call Ndobani. And what do you call them again? Ndobani. But they are called Ibali people. But I think I heard that the white people misrepresented their name and called them Obani. So we've been calling them Obani as well. And most times, the Ndoki communities, which were existing for several years, unknown to anyone, these communities were existing even before the arrival of the white men and the arrival of the Obanes. Our villages were there. Most of these villages are lined up along the coastal banks of Imo River on both sides. the other side is in Abia State, while this other side is in River State. So ours is in River State. So what these white people usually do then was, when they buy these slaves, they will come and keep them in this river bank for easy transportation down to Bonny, routes to Europe. That is why in almost all Ndoki villages along the river bank, you have what is called Onwe. That Onwe is like a settlement close to the river, where these people will buy their goods, keep there, assess the communities, then spend some weeks, spend some time before they now transport back to their places. So these people have come into Ndoki land, and they will buy this palm oil from far away, Enugu, Imo State, Arochukwu, all those areas. They will buy it and come pass through Ndoki land. So they were living among us. They were living among us. So that's why we usually call them Ndobali. Like some of us, when we were very small, we used to hear Ndobali Bella, Ndobali Bella. People run to the riverside to see that they have come.
And to transact business.
To transact business, they will bring even some items the white people has brought to sell to our people. And Jaja, prior to that time, has been a slave. When Jaja becomes a very intelligent slave to the king of Bonny, the man decided that he's not going to transact Jaja to the white people. He will tell him to be doing his business on his behalf. So that was how Jaja became the #1 person that was coming from Bonny to Ndoki to buy these goods. At some point, the king died. When the king died, the history says that the king of Bonny has collected so much things, materials and money from the whites.
From the white people.
Yes, with the hope of supplying them the goods, the palm oil. So the money was so much that the white people had to threaten the Bonny people that they would pay them that money. That the new chief they will be crowning will be paying them that money. So that naturally make them to stiffen out and say the man that was in charge of buying that goods should be the one that will pay.
Now that is Jaja.
That was King Jaja. So Jaja say, I am just a boy to the king. I cannot pay this money, but they forced him to be the one that will pay that money. And Jaja took it upon him. As an Igbo man he was. And a very smart man, they are good in business.
Was there any form of promise to Jaja?
Yes, I learned that they said they will make him king to pay the bills. And about 14 families or compounds supported him to collect the chief and pay the bills. In fact, initially all of them supported that he should collect the king and pay the bills. Then now they had a ulterior motive that after paying the white people, they will collect the king back for him. Are you getting it?
Okay, that was just like what they did in the Bible.
Yeah.
Jacob and his in-law.
Yes. So Jaja started reading. That was when he was entering in Ndoki villages, entering Igbo land, buying this stuff and supplying to the white people until he cleared off the debt. Before then, why this business of slavery that later culminated into palm oil business, the center of trading was at Azumi Ndoki, where they have a form of military port there. This Indo Valley has similar settlement in my place, Azumi Ndoki. Like if you come, I can take you down there. You see that archaeological, they've all deserted back to their place. But I'll show you the settlement. That place now is engulfed by forest, but the buildings and the structures are still there in my community. So now, after Jaja has finished paying this money, these people decided that they will collect the kingship for him. Some group of compounds supported that idea. These are 14 compounds said no. It was agreed that this man will be, he will continue to be a king. So that was how Jaja was able to win the mind of those kings in this 14 compound. And before you know it, civil war in Bonny ensued. Where does Jaja know? He only knows Ndoki very well. Based on it was the root of his trading.
Yes.
Jaja took all the families, his own family, and all those
families of those who supported
him. They passed through a certain place in Bonny. If you go to Bonny, that place is, the site is still there, where they show you where Jaja exited the town with this crowd of followers. They came down to all the communities in Ndoki and settled these people and went back and started looking for where they will stay. So they went back and started looking for a land simply because they were exiled from Bonny as a result of the civil war. The other people were more than them, so they have to run away with these persons. In my community, they kept them there. In Obete, some of them stayed there. In Azumini, some stayed there. In Ohambele, majorly, a lot of them live there. Even in Akwete, they still have Onwe there. So they were all over Ndoki villages while the war was raging on and why they were searching for where to stay. Until finally, Jaja got a place called Opopo today and told these people, that was how this song we play today in Ndoki. Although that song was already learned from us through our cultural festivities. So they now play that song there. That I just later we have seen where we'll be staying. We will not be wandering again. So they decided to stay in Opobo there. They came back to Ndoki and started moving their people.
So my title was given to me as Ancient Igbo Kingdom at Aguleri. And the Oni of Ife was sometimes saying that they and the Igbo people were dwelling together at Ife. You understand? So now before the Igbo people began to move towards the east, and there is a feast that they normally observe, which is the culture of, the Feast of Wet. And he said that it was between that particular feast, they learn it from the Igbos are they are the custodian of it, they are keeping it, but the Igbos are the real true owner of that particular feast. So they learn it from their great grandfather, their ancestral father, or Batanla. So now that Erowa and Bini are brother, and both of them left Ife together. So that is why I'm asking. Then who is the father of Erowa, or where did the father of Erowa came from? Then, because when we get to Bini or whatever, the Bini people should be able to tell us where they migrated from, because nobody fell from heaven. So to clear the whole thing, so that our children that are coming up, we get a clear history of who we actually are. The third son of Eri is the third son of Eri. Eri. Okay. From Aguleri in ancient Idweri kingdom. His name is Oba. And from the history over there says that Oba gave birth to Edozuno. And that Edozuno gave birth to Bini and Onitsha. And Bini and Onitsha moved down to Bini where they settled and now moved to Ife. And they were living there before the Ilesha, the Oduduwa people, come together, which they were now living together in the rain tropical forest there. According to this Oni of Ife. So that was where they were observing that culture. So now that they were observing that culture, and at the end of the day, today, some of us now say we are from Oduduwa, while some say no, we are from the east. I don't know if you are getting it. So that picture is what I want us to clear. And that is why I bring up this question here in Erowa, being the senior of Isoko. Because when we go to the north, they fight us as they are killing Igbos. They are killing.
Yes, you can see that from what he's saying, that Ijo has no place in Ndoki land. And it still boils down to what I was saying. It's just like my brother, from the same father, the same mother, that the children will tell my children, or my children will tell his own children, that they don't have any say in their own land. Just a good picture example is what I am painting. It is like that. But let's hear more about the Ndoki issue with Jaws. Let's continue.
You said here that in those areas, yes, that you cannot deny outrightly that there are no remnants of Ijo people there. There are some of them actually who migrated because of one reason or the other. You are now saying that there should be nothing like IYC in those areas or even in Ndoki, because if they want to form Ijo territory or whatsoever, it is better they go back to their own land because these areas is owned by the Ndoki people.
Exactly.
It's an Igbo territory.
So
if you want to do IYC or whatever you want to do, you are not against it. You already welcome them being part of you. Or whatever you want to do that is against your own tradition, they should go back to wherever they came from and do it. Indirectly, is what you are saying.
Exactly. Well, Ndoki people have always been known to accommodate strangers. That's why when King Jaja ran away with the people from Opopo, we gave them abodes, Kolonwe. They, the typical Opopo person knows about a settlement called Onwe, and all Ndoki people knows. Once you tell somebody that I'm going to Onwe, they know that you're leaving your community to go to where Opopo people are, where we harbor them. So we been harboring them. So it is not sitting and insulting that after harboring you, you now come
to claim
to be doing what is against our own interests, to bring in false identity to envelop us. No, you know, we Ndoki people, we are unique. We do not have anything to do with him. But in fact, this issue of Ijo of a thing, you know, is a recent development. Our people don't even count, and Ndoki man don't count the Popo man as an Ijo person. I am just telling you for a fact. Go and ask an old woman in the village or an old man in the villages in Ndoki. Go and say, Onye Opopo or Onye Ijo, Olasodio Opopo Nde Obane. The people we call Ijo people are these people from Bayelsa. They are always very dark. They used to come and saw timber in our place. We call them Ijo people. But no Ndoki person can actually tell you today that the Opopo person is an Ijo person. It is a new development that has just spring up recently. So to us, as a people, we're very surprised that the thing is creeping into our own area. So, like I earlier said, it's an encroachment and abuse of territorial boundaries.
Okay. My name is Bina Douglas from Obeti, Ndoki. And the Ijo people are not the only people in Ndoki people harbored or welcomed. Even with the Ndoki people, we also have the Bibios, the Akwa Ibom people we know today, even in Ndoki land. But you can never see them coming to claim that they own Ndoki or they are part of Ndoki. They have settlements in Ndoki. If you go to Ndoki, you think that most community are Bibio community, Akwa Ibom communities. They have settlement there, but you can never see them claim because they know that they are visitors. We welcome them. Ndoki is a very hospitable people. I think one of the issues or this problem about identity crisis and these things, I think is actually came from our ancestors who did not take it like right. They didn't take it up to teach the people. So the Ndoki, just like my brother Zubi said, the people who founded Boni originally are the Ndoki people. The dialects being spoken in Boni and Opopo are still Ndoki dialects. So what the relationship we have with the Ijo people is just this interaction. It's just trade. They came to trade in Ndoki, and after trading they left. When you go to starting from Okoloma down to Obeti, we all speak the Ndoki dialects. Our kingship are called Ezes. You can never see any Ijo establishments or Ijo kingship. We are all Igbos. We speak and hear one another. And just like he said, the only people we see as the true Ijo people are those in Bayelsa. From Okoloma down to Obete is a pure Igbo community. When you come to a place called Obunku, that is the ancestral home of the Ndoki people. And according to history, the first person who came there was Eze, Ihu and Eze. That's why you hear about the Ihu Eze clan. You have the Ihu and Eze. And these are the ancestral.
No connotation.
Yes, Ihu and Eze are the progenitors.
Face of the king.
Yes.
So these are
no connotation with
the progenitor.
Yeah. There's nothing. We have a lot of things that there is, in fact, aside the trading of the thing, that when you trade with people live among you, of course you must assimilate one or two from them. But when it comes to your real identity, your cultures identifies you who you are. Exactly. For instance, in Ndoki, The Ndoki people are the people that has prioritized a cultural festival called Ekbi. There is no community in Ndoki that does not play that masquerade, which I know. I think I've invited you guys.
Yes, I was there too.
Every community in Ndoki plays Ekbi. There is no community in Ijo that plays Ekbi. They don't even know what Ekbi is.
Does the Opobo people play Ekbi?
They borrow only one time. They don't play Ekbi.
What about the Boni people?
They don't play Ekbi. They only collected one time. That one we usually play one time on the 25th and the 1st.
And I believe they don't have any other masquerade.
No, they have their own kind of masquerade. There is another one that is prominent in one of our communities called Hanso. Called Yes, they also copied that one as well. People copied that one. So these are things they've copied from our people, because no matter who you are, if you are in talking when this cultural festival are being played, you must join. But there are certain level of that play where you will get to. They will tell you that anyone you get Bumbala, you get Meka, you will not participate in those ones, those threatened culture. Then there's another prominent culture in Ndoki called Okonko. That Okonko is headquarters in Abam or Afia. That's where it originated. So Ndoki people, that's why you see that we have most of our language, our Igbo dialect has similarities with Afia people and Ngobala people. So that's Okonko is well domiciled in Ndoki, and it's like a secret society which every great man in Ndoki belongs to. And if you go to Onafia today, I think that is their headquarters, it is also there.
And have you also considered the fact that Okere, that name, your name is going to become
Okay, for instance now, Mr. President, wait, I grew up to know. I grew up to know. I was not taught. I grew up to know that my forefathers, my forebearers were Okeres, the Okeres. And the Okeres are the dominant, the originators of most settlements in Ndoki. They don't play with anything Oke family. That's why in the whole of Ndoki villages you must see Oke family. That name Okere can only be found among 3 Igbo clans. The Ndokis, the Chase, and the Ngopala people. You cannot see any other place in Igbo land where they bear a name. Okay, does not tell you that possibly there is a relationship between these people that bears Okere.
Almost like that of Ikwere, where we have the Imo state.
So,
where Amadi.
Yes, if you are telling me I have a relationship with Ijo people, what does Okere mean in Ijo land? That's no meaning. There is not. So those things are they are boys. They are some of where it is even worrying us or is paining us. There are certain Ndoki bloods that have started mingling with these Biafra people.
Please, if I can ask you a question, has there been any declaration by the King's Council of Chiefs?
We are planning
to refute or counter the claims? Yes. To place a warning.
You see, that's why I said that we are all brothers and sisters. Naturally, in Igbo culture, the first son retains the land that belongs to the father, the first son, and other son, usually the first son and the last son. The last son takes what belongs to the mother inside that area, where the first son takes that's the dwelling place of the father. So, but naturally, other sons, if they have other sons will now take off to wherever they want to go. That's the culture of Igbo. And I bet you that these people, the people that have different dialects of which they speak, with the Igbo, they call as in like the first song we hear what they are saying. They are like the other sons that moved out of that area. That is the nearest picture I will paint concerning these things. So it's not an issue if probably Igbo people are celebrating, Ijo people will come and celebrate with them. Ikure people will come and celebrate with just dialect that differs. You see? Why I'm saying this thing is that I saw a video saying something that they are not naturally supposed to come and celebrate with the Jaws, the Ndoki people. Though he may have his reasons to say that, people these days, they want to take little advantage to convert what belongs to another person. Yes, he may have his reasons, but what I'm saying is very clear concerning that, issue, that we can come and celebrate each other because we are from the same descendants. That is my own side of the story. But let's watch what, he was saying before we come back and probably, conclude.
These are Igbos of Ndoki, now in IYC, Ijo Youth Council celebration of Adakaburo's Day. Just watch it.
Now my brother believes from the Christian they say trouble. No, Ndoki money. Yeah. Ndoki money. Yeah. Ndoki money. Yeah. Yeah. Ndoki money. Yeah.
Most of us actually think Igbo denial is predominant in the South. And that is how an average Igbo man have thought all this while. But believe me, Igbo denial is not just in South. Igbo denial traverses beyond South. A lot of us in the Igbo watched what happened yesterday. The Ijo Youth Council rally that took place yesterday. You all saw what happened. Now, there's an issue where Ijos are actually penetrating from, where they are infiltrating from, as I speak to you now, is from Ndoki, Abia State. The Ndokis in Abia State have fallen prey to the Ijos. Yesterday's rally, Adakaboro's celebration rally, Ndokis came in their numbers from Azumini or Hambele and all those areas, came to celebrate IYC Adakaboro's Day. We know shockona. You know shockers. This is not going to be a shock to me because I've been sounding it years ago. I've been sounding it, saying it that Igbo should wake up, that we should wake up from our slumber and come to the aid of our brothers. Whether our brothers say they are not Igbo or not, there is a way we can bring back our brothers, bring back unity in our Igbo. And that is what I have. I have been calling in Igbo, using this my platform to call in Igbo. Whether Ohanezo, whether youth bodies, or wherever they are, it's unfortunate. The most surprising thing and very disgusting thing from Igbo land is that they don't value what belongs to them. They don't value what belongs to them. But that thing that belongs to another people, the way Igbo will come out and celebrate it, they will even join in making it happen the more. And that is what you see from Ndoki, Azumini, and Ohambele. If you had told these young men, say, come on, let us join together and form an Ndoki movement that will be like that of the IYC, they would never come out. They will never be part of it. But because another people don't cook food finish, they don't cook and done, they are now inviting them. They feel, Ijo Youth Council, let us be part of it. We are Ijo people from today. We are Ijo people. And with little inducement, financial inducement. I will not even say little inducement, because Ijos are spending huge amount of money to sponsor the IYC movement. And the IYC movement is a core objective of the Ijo Nation, which is to annex the indigenous Igbos of Rivers State and wherever they find a land, annex the people and let them be part of the Ijo Nation. In the Igbo, where do we stand? Where do we stand? We are even talking about nation. We want to have our own nation. We are talking about Biafra. Is that how you want to? Who is going to be found in your Biafra at the end of the day? Do you want to have a Biafra where you have gotten it, but you don't know who is going to occupy, who is going to be part of your Biafra? Do you want an Igbo nation where at the end of the day, when you have achieved it, but you don't know who is going to be part of your Igbo nation? Is that the kind of land we want to be? Is that the kind of people we want to be? The more you look at it and say, they are the ones causing it now. If they say they are Igbo, they should be Igbo. If they say they are not Igbo, they are not Igbo. Oga, you are very myopic. And you don't love Igbo nation. Why have I decided to come out? To come and speak for Igbo nation. So that we can have a common front for the indigenous Igbos of Rivers State. Why have I done that? Why are some of my brothers doing that here in Rivers State? Is it because anybody called us? I'm an Ikwere man. As long as I am consigned, I am comfortable. I am okay. I don't really want, I'm not even supposed to be part of this whole kind of movement. Because whether you come for Ijo side, I sabi speak Ijo language. I was born and brought up there. You come to Rivers State, of course I have opportunity here. So I am the least person that is supposed to be talking about a movement for the emancipation of our people, economic emancipation of our people. But here am I talking about bringing the indigenous Igbos of Rivers State and the coastal Igbo communities, bringing them under one block, forming one block. But Indi Igbo is not interested. He's not interested in either of the way. Nobody is even supporting the movement. Do we have to let Ndoki go the way Opobo, Bonny have gone? Is that what we want to do? In our own eyes, we are seeing that Ndoki is gradually slipping away from our hand and nobody is talking anything in the Igbo. In our own eyes, very eyes, we are seeing it. This will not be olden days when civil war take place, when at the end of the day they went on to manipulate Atakaboro, did all the stuff they did to take Bonny, Opobo. Today, Opobo they are finding it very difficult to even be identified as Igbo today. Is that what we want to do to Ndoki? Now, small, they take happen. Small, now they take come. It started with this young man you're seeing here. And from this young man, it has graduated gradually. The crowd is getting more. And nobody is talking about anything. Nobody is saying anything. No Ohanese, no youth body, nothing. But even the IIC that want to take it upon themselves for us to make this happen, bring the indigenous Igbos of Rivers State under one block, so that they won't be able to have this kind of disintegration or being balkanized anymore. And that is what the Ijaw people knew. They knew this before. That if they can bring the Ijaws together under one block, it will be difficult for anybody to break them, to balkanize them. And that is what they are trying to achieve today. And by so doing, they are even going in 4 rounds to achieve more Igbo communities. While we are busy talking about Biafra, Ijaw is busy annexing our people. So you can see that the Biafra that you are even talking about, that is part of included, that you want to include the Ijaw people. Why you are trying to include the Ijaw people, you just don't worry, just leave them, make them include us. They are busy annexing your own tribe, making them to say they are Ijaw people, telling them with inducement, with high level of inducement financially. They are gradually annexing your own tribe. Why you're busy talking about Biafra? So by the time you finally have this your Biafra, you would have nobody, nowhere, no people to identify with it anymore. So who is deceiving who? We have a very soft spot for the Ijaw people. When you talk about Ijaw today, Igbo man have a very soft spot for the Ijaw people. Which is why when you are even seeing it in your eyes that they are annexing your people, you don't want to say anything. We don't want to do anything. All we are, leave them now. When Biafra come, we are going to take back our land. When Biafra come, see how stupid some of us are. When Biafra come, we are going to have it. I think they are doing what they are doing. Leave them. When Biafra come, you be Obori. You be Obori in your face. People are taking what belongs to you. You are saying, when Biafra come, when are you going to have this Biafra? It is this Biafra mentality that has beclouded every one of us, that we now feel so fiddle-minded, that we cannot even come together to form a movement for the emancipation of Indi Igbo. Nothing like that. No movement for Igbo land. No one single movement for Igbo land. Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. The Biafra call, is it coming today? They say it will come tomorrow. Next tomorrow it will come. Next year it will come. Now so then keep telling us there is a movement profitable to bring the indigenous Igbos together. To bring Igbos together for where we don't want to do them. No problem. No problem. Oh. The IIC is there. Those who want to support the IIC will come with us. Those who feel like you will not, no problem. Go on. Let's allow them to annex all our people.
Oh yes. That is what is there. You all have seen the whole video. This issue of division or no division, the Igbo identity or no Igbo identity. Everybody knows where it comes from. Almost all of them. Everybody you see being in the south, southwest, or any, they know themselves. They know themselves. Just that sometimes they will come in the issue of denying and the issue of politics. You know, every day the thing that is happening, confusion everywhere, and all these things happen from the Britain. So they come divide and rule to make sure they divide one another, so that they can have power to control any place they want to control. That is what is there. Well, I would like to comment down below. What do you think about the whole thing going on in Nigeria, in Biafra, and what is happening right now? So like, subscribe, and share for everyone to see things going on. So thank you for watching.